Right.
This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here giving you the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have another guest, so I will let the guest introduce himself.
Hello, guys. My name is Jeff Okello, aka Ninja. I am a happy Kenyan who is currently living in Finland. Um, my life as a comedian and an actor, you all know it from the famous TV station, Citizen TV. And my role as Ninja has been widely known to many of us, as much as I don't do it so often these days. Otherwise, this is Ninja for you. Hello, guys. Thank you for hosting me. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so just as you have said, many of us know you from Mother-in-Law, which was on Citizen TV. So I just want you to talk about life before Mother-in-Law. Were you still acting? Maybe did you have a 9-to-5 job? How was life before Mother-in-Law?
Well, I was born in a very humble Christian background back in the streets of Kariobangi, where I grew up as a Christian boy. And in church, we used to do skits, blah, 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 drama, plays, and all that. And I was always focused on acting. I was always focused on doing things to make people happy because that was always my aim. I always wanted to make people happy. Because in our system in the church, we have our church system has long days, as like we have a long Sabbath day. We don't have Sabbath hours. Like I'm not bringing any confrontation or discussion into this, but I'm just trying to explain how our Sabbath day is always a full day. So you can imagine a full day of only preaching alone it will be a bit, let's say, boring. But when I realized that is when I came up with some ideas, I came up with skits, I came up with some songs that had drama in them so that people will understand them in let's say, like a musical sequel, you know? Like people will understand this is happening like this. Oh, this is the story of David, this is the story of Job, this is the story of Esther. Like they will really be interested in listening and watching this because we are doing it in a way that is making it entertaining, like it is full of entertaining in it. So when I started with that is when I had a passion for it. And then while growing, um, I used to go to drama festivals in school, in primary school, and in secondary school as well. We also went for drama festivals. Then when I went to the college level, I became part of Powerhouse, which is KIMC drama drama group. I became part of it, Powerhouse. So we were performing also in stages and all that. And then from there is when Citizen TV came up with auditions, and then the role of Ninja came up, and I grabbed it.
Yeah, so for you grabbing that opportunity, I want to know, like, did you know it will be such a big opportunity? Because during when that show was starting, there was no internet, so there was no diverted attention from fans like what we have right now. So for you, did you even know that this is going to be a big opportunity?
Well, Tidy High had started before Mother-in-Law. Like, let's say Tidy High started a year or 2 years before Mother-in-Law. And by the time Mother-in-Law was starting, word had gone around that the producer for Tidy High wants to start another production. So actually, when Tidy High was going on, my sister was there, Lydia Ioma. She was there in Tidy High, and I actually wanted also to be part of it because some of my friends that I was with in Powerhouse, the likes of Dennis Mugo, Abel Mutua, Philip Karanja, those three, those were my guys in Tidy High, and they were actually telling me, "Hey, come for auditions, come and try your luck." But when I went there, the first time I set my foot on that set, the producer told me, who are you, and why is everyone excited when you're around?" I'm like, "These are my guys, these are my G's." And she said, "I like your character, but not for this program. I have something else. There is something else that will come, and when the auditions are out there, I will make sure it's communicated to you, so you can just leave your numbers there, and let's see what will happen." And Catherine Kamau is a very prudent and very noble producer. Immediately when the auditions came up, I was contacted. So when I went there, I found we had a group of so many ninjas there. Were like so many people who wanted that role, but then I landed the luckiest and I grabbed the opportunity.
So I also like to know, just for you doing this for a couple of years, and I know of course you have been receiving feedback. Maybe you walk in the streets and you get some recognition. I just want you to talk about that program in terms of, do you really think there is a program in this country that that people can give attention and recognition more than that, compared to right now we have the internet and guys have very diverted attention? Do you really think there is a show that can come and reach that level of fame?
Well, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a program called The Bold and the Beautiful?
Yeah, I was a little kid.
Yeah, I was also a little kid. Like the people who followed The Bold and the Beautiful were our parents and our elder sisters, and partly they extended it to us. It is not always shown on TV, but when I came to Europe, I realized that it continues, and there are some characters who are still there. So it means if you have if you have your own thing, you will become a fan of it. You will not drop it if, let's say, time goes, you drop it and then you go for internet because there is internet. That is another option. No, if you're a fan of something, you'll always be there. You will always be there for that. Well, let me put it for a football analogy. Like, I am a Chelsea fan. Wherever I go, South Africa, India, blah, 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 even if they come up with the best football clubs anywhere on earth, my heart will still be there. My heart will still be with Chelsea, remember? So mother-in-law has its own fans. Mother-in-law has its own people that it loves, because mother-in-law, it's a family program that people understand and get stories from there. There is so much edutainment that is in mother-in-law that people who really love it will always be there for it. Even if internet comes with the biggest of waves and biggest of shows, it will just be a matter of uh, pausing mother-in-law, checking up what is happening, going back to mother-in-law, because that is home. You understand? That is home, because they are sure, the fans are sure of their characters, they're sure of the stories that are being done, they're sure on how they are being, the stories are being, uh, the stories are being done, the stories are being, how the stories are being, let's say, um, this is what I'm looking for, how the stories are being executed, yes, how the stories are being executed. They understand it's done in a Kenyan way, it's done for Kenyan people. So I think mother-in-law, for someone to come and beat mother-in-law, I think it will be a hard nut to crack, because we have seen companies that have come to beat mother-in-law. Tusker Project Fame was one. It came when it always comes. We were supposed to shut our program for some time. The first time it came, we thought that, ah, man, TPF has come, so maybe mother-in-law people will forget about it. After TPF, we came back with a bang. Guys were like, yes, our guys are back. You understand? After TPF, there came another thing called from the sister station called Churchill Show, same time. So we thought that people will derive their minds from mother-in-law and go to Churchill. Sorry to say, our fans still remained with us. So it's all about what you do. Your fans will always become your fans. Your fans will always be loyal to you because they understand what you always do. You got
Yeah,
me? Yeah.
yeah. I want us to talk about what the show helped you achieve. So when you just look at your career,
Mm.
maybe did that show give you an opportunity to get endorsements? Did you maybe create friends who till date you can talk to and they can help you out in a situation? What did that show really help you achieve?
Well, I can say mother-in-law has a when it started, we were not so conversant to the internet. Like it started in the year 2008, and the internet was not as vast as it is right now. Well, I can say that mother-in-law helped me with creating a fan base. I have a very strong fan base. People who love me for free. And I can say also mother-in-law helped me. Um, it helped me pay for my siblings' uh, fees sometimes. Helped me become a young boy because it also need money. It helped me build my home in up country. I built my home in up country with mother-in-law. Like my father and mother, they always have a good name to me as far as blessings are concerned because it is there where I created a culture of saving. I created a culture of growth as far as money is concerned. My finances became stronger when I was in mother-in-law. I cannot say I bought a car. No, I did not. But if I look at the man I was before I started mother-in-law and the man I am right now, those are two different people financially, financial wise, because I am more educated. I understand the dynamisms of money better than I could. I was someone who could not just give out to the community to charity. I could not. But after I became part of mother-in-law and the people in it, actually in that somebody like Mustafa and Ras, they really helped me out a lot as far as giving back to charity. They trained me, they drilled me, and yeah, they made me become like a cool guy I am right now, so to say.
we have seen we have seen artists, many of them have had very big platforms, and then you see a story that they went broke or something like that. So for you, even you are right now, you are overseas, you are doing your thing. Like for you, uh like what did you do in order to like stay afloat, even
Well,
when maybe you don't get acting gigs? What have you done in order to make sure that you are okay?
yeah. Well, well, to take you aback, just like let's say like 2 years before I became a part of mother-in-law, I was this young guy who would I'm Nairobian. Mimi nimezaliwa na aina. I know how to struggle. I know how to survive. You know, it's a gift the Nairobian people have. I could wake up in the morning at 6, go to Gikomba, get shoes, get ladies' shoes for a good price, and then I go back home, wash them, prepare them, and then I go to community, Upper Hill. When I go to community, I will start selling my shoes at 1 when they are in lunch break, from 1 to 2. I only had 1 hour because after that 1 hour, the city council askaris will come and they will grab you and because you're working in during office hours. So in this 1 hour period, I had my target. I had my target or my target customers. My customers will come. They will ask me if I have something new. I had something new for them. Others will come and tell them they have events coming up. Look for me this and this shoe. So me, I was a Mtumba guy. I was a clean Mtumba guy because I will suit up very well, get shoes from Gikomba, go wash them back in home, back at home, go straight to community. And that was my hustle. That was my hustle. And also, when I was growing up, during that time also, we had this program called Together on the Move. Together on the Move, I had a guy called Billy Josek, if I'm not wrong. Billy Josek, yes. He used to call me, he used to tell me, hey, yo, what's up? Together on the Move is shooting next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So when the Together on the Move is shooting, it needed audience. People will raise up their hands and answer questions and indulge into discussions like family affairs and all that. Well, it could pay me 300 bob. So I could have 300 in one sitting. So if we have two shoots of Together on the Move on Friday, two shoots on Saturday, two shoots on Sunday, that's a 600 need on a weekend. So Friday I will do two shows. Saturday I do two shows in the afternoon after church, and then Sunday two more. Man, 600 is done. On Monday I go to Gikomba in the morning. You understand? And then I met some guy who I also met some guy who showed me some voiceover gigs in Nation FM. So I could go also do voiceover gigs where I could get 4,000, 3,000 here and there, hapa katikati, hapa kule. And man, if I go like 10 years before that, I will be giving you some content that you will actually it will be more than what you expected. But let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes. Another thing I would also like to ask you is that what do you think can change in our industry so that we can really see the fruits of art? Because even in other countries, you see they have proper systems, and even when it comes to music, an artist can have like 3 hit songs in their entire life and they are living properly, they're able to take care of their family. But in Kenya, like, you really have to put in the work. So from where you are, I don't know, what do you think can change in our industry?
Very good question. Good question. Let me tell you something. What was your name again?
Barry.
Barry.
Yeah.
Barry. You know, it is a privilege that we are African, but sometimes it is not a privilege that we are African because we have a mentality since independence that the young people cannot be paid huge sums of money. It is just a stereotype that the older generation have created in them that vijana ni viongozi wa kesho because hao walikuwa viongozi wa juzi, hawakuwa wamekuwa wazee ndio wakajipata viongozi because they were always told hii kitu haiwezi patiwa kijana, this thing cannot be given to a young person, never ever, you understand? So like it is a mentality that has been grown in them, it has been cultivating in them, and they have made sure that it has been wired into us, it has been installed in us that you cannot be someone earning some good money when you're at a tender young age. Well, I'm getting to my point. We need an art policy. An art policy whereby every talented person in the country will know that they have a hierarchy, they have steps, they have a bureaucracy. When you start from the PP1 level, you're singing, Jesus is a lover of children, a lover of children, a lover of children. If you have a skit like that in school, when you're going to rehearse for that skit in school, you are given some money for rehearsals. It is put in your account. That is PP1. When you get to class 1, you start acting the story of Joseph. the story of Joseph in school, or maybe some tragic comedy. When you're doing rehearsals in school, you're supposed to be given something that is put in your account. By the time you're going to perform, when the director is being paid, because the directors are always paid, the kids are also supposed to have been paid something every day. We are not talking the tunes of millions. No. Let's have a structure whereby we can pay kids 5 shillings a rehearsal. A rehearsal is 5 shillings. Every kid, we have 45 kids, 5 shillings each, every rehearsal. These kids will grow knowing that they are working for themselves. You understand? By the time they're 18, it's like they've been working for the government. They've been working, they've been installed something in them through the government as far as their talents are concerned. By the time they're 18, there are people who can sit down and say, I have this, you have this, you have this, we can do this. Actually, right now there is internet. They can come up with very crazy production houses. Simple, but something workable. Let's take this art thing as a serious matter in the country. All the stakeholders should just sit down and look at every part we can get ideas. Every part we can get ideas. Because if we compare the art that is in Mombasa to the art that is in Lodwar to the art that is in Western, the art that is in Kisumu, man, we have stories to tell. People are out there to tell their stories, but they are not given the chance to get to tell their stories because it is a you reach concrete a concrete wall. You grow, but then you reach a concrete wall because people will tell you una act kwa nini. Nani wengine unamjua ana act? Politician gani unajua shaikuwa actor? Na kama yuko anaduaje? Is he doing well? Like they look at art as something that is not of the white collar. It's not white collar. It's blue collar job, yes. But then, but then, what is supposed to be done is to be given an art policy for the country from zero to infinity, because art is infinite. You will never, you can even act as a 90-year-old on your deathbed and you become the best actor because of how you did your role. You can sing up to the much you can. You can do a Firirinda was a boring song. Firirinda was a very boring song years back, but it's a hit right now. Imagine if that guy will be getting he was getting his dues, his subsidies since then up to now. It would have been something totally. He would have been someone totally different. But my point is, if we focus on art in a way that it is a bureaucracy thing. People who are born will come into it, and people who are old will leave it for some people who are coming like that. It's like it's an industry. Oh my God, our art policy, that is the only thing that will save our country as far as art is concerned. Even you
As
guys will
far,
even you guys will be part and parcel of it because you are the people who are marketing what we have in Kenya. Let's not let Kenya be known for Maasai's and Kibera only. We should we should be rich. Kenya should be a country that is rich of things, rich of resources, rich of activities, you know? Yeah, that's what I think about the Kenyan art.
as we are finishing up, I just want to maybe talk to guys who are starting out in this art and entertainment space, maybe what you have learned all over the years. You can just share with them.
Yeah, well, art is not about fame. That is what I can tell people. It is not about fame. Art is about focus. Look at where you're going. My name, my name is Jeff. My people know me as Ninja, yes, but then my name is Jeff Okello. Jeff Okello is an actor. Jeff Okello is a storyteller, and I actually have done a lot of things. This you can see here. It's called Nyawana. This is Nyawana. This is my movie that I did in Kenya. It is a Luo movie. But then we had the problem of capital and money to do the second part of it. But I never stopped there. I never stopped there. I'm on a mission in Europe. I didn't just come Europe to work. Yes, right now I'm working as a freight manager. I'm working in freight management. But then my focus is to make uh, a base so that I start a capital so that by the time I'm coming back home,
Yeah.
we can have these stories done the way we want because we have the monies to do them.
Yeah.
By the time we are marketing, we have done the pre and the pre-production, and the post-production is only left with the marketing part of it. So what I will tell people is to have focus. Just focus on what you're doing. Focus on it. Don't think about being famous. Don't think about money before you've started even rolling. No, you do what you're doing first. Even the Bible says, uh, "Seek first the kingdom, and all shall be given unto you." So seeking the kingdom here, when you're seeking the kingdom, is when you're working towards what you're doing, when you're
Yeah.
acting, when you're creating these contents, when you're singing, when you're working with your voice, when you're beating drums, when you're juggling football. That is where you're seeking the kingdom, and then everything shall be given unto you. Like ukifungua duka kila siku, customers watakuja. You understand? So if you continue with the focus and consistency, you're you're destined for greatness. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yeah.
And we wish you the best even in your projects.
Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Have a good